Hey, welcome back to JS Outdoors, everyone. We'd recently done a video on MREs, and I wanted to do a quick video kind of showing how to use the heater and then what some of the food would look like coming out of it. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the Meal 19, which is the Jalapeño patty. Got some tortillas, smoked almonds, pound cake, crackers, and a couple other things that we will go over, kind of show you what it looks like when you're eating the meal. So if you haven't seen the first video, this is kind of generally what comes in the packaging. We have our main course, which is that jalapeno patty. We have the MRE heater, some tortillas, smoked almonds, mayonnaise, a lemon flavored drink, pound cake, cheddar cheese crackers, Reese's Pieces, and then our various items that came with the kit. So we'll kind of be going incrementally through this and show you guys how to use the heater and then what the food kind of looks like. All right, so to start things off, I will begin by cooking the main course. Again, you don't have to heat these up. They can be eaten cold. However, if you want to heat them up, this is how you can do it. I'll be doing the video today with 32 fluid ounces of water. That way you can kind of see how much water it actually takes throughout the course of cooking this and then using some of the extra items in the meal. So our first step is going to be ripping the top off of the heater. That'll allow for us to pour our water in. There is a do not fill or overfill line, so we will not exceed that. Okay, and then we will get our package, put it in the heater, fold it over, put it in our sleeve. And then as the instructions say, we will lean it up against something, a rock or something, and let it cook for a while. If you can listen closely, you can kind of hear the heater interacting. So basically that's the chemical reaction between the water and the heater. So that'll continue to cook while we're kind of going through our other items in the meal. For water reference, we are just below the 32 ounce line. So we used next to nothing getting that heater started. Most of our water consumption is gonna come from this flavored no fruit juice package. So again, this beverage package is just gonna be something that's a little bit better than drinking water, especially if you're drinking water the majority of the time. But other than that, there shouldn't be any other requirements for water. So MREs are actually pretty good for conserving water when you're trying to prepare these meals. While we're cooking our main course, we're gonna try the baked snack crackers, cheddar cheese. So again, this one had a slight rip in it, so it doesn't appear to have impacted the packaging, causing any sort of compromised seal, but we'll see when we open it. So as I assumed, these are basically Cheez-Its. They do have a little anti-oxygen bag. We'll give them a try and see if they're still good or not. The crackers were preserved just fine. They taste like they do when you first buy them from the store. Again, it's just a Cheez-It. But yeah, pretty good. No issues there. Next up, we have the smoked almonds. This is vacuum sealed, so you can see there's no air voids in there. Should be just fine. We'll open it up and see what it looks like. So we've got about 20 almonds in there, maybe 25, not really sure. But yeah, they look like they held up pretty good. Yeah, the almonds are really good. No issues whatsoever. Still very fresh. Really good flavor. No problems with the almonds. All right, we got our main course out of the heater. It is heated up for the most part. One thing that I like to do, and I didn't do it this time, but I try to open up the heater kind of halfway through cooking it and then flip it. So that way the meal kind of gets equally heated. However, there's a little bit of a colder spot up here. It's still a little warm, but not as hot as it is down here. So I'll try eating it on the tortillas, and I'll put some mayonnaise in there, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Oh yeah. There's the patty. It's real appetizing stuff there. You can smell the jalapeno. Kind of just resembles like a fat slice of Spam. Shouldn't be too bad, but we'll give it a shot. All right, open up the tortillas. See what that looks like. Look at that. Just some standard ass tortillas. Looks like there's 2 in there. Get this mayonnaise opened up. I think what I'll do is I will put some mayonnaise on, without spilling this juice everywhere, put some mayonnaise on the tortilla. Just like that. Oh yeah, buddy, look at that. Attempt to cut this in half. Oh, that cuts pretty well. There we go. Get that patty out there. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. That is some high quality stuff right there. All right, let's do the taste test. Keep in mind that I don't mind mayonnaise normally, and I also don't mind the taste of Spam, so keep that in mind during this review. Not very flavorful. Taste the jalapeno a little bit, which is nice. I like spicy. Other than that, it's just kind of like a wet dog food style patty, and it tastes like jalapeno a little bit. Mayonnaise gives it a little more flavor. Tortillas aren't bad, but yeah, it's definitely not something you're seeking out if you have other options, for sure. Yeah, not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Definitely tastes the jalapeno, a little dog foody, but yeah, in a pinch it'll work just fine. I'm gonna do a better job about cutting this piece in half, spreading it out so I get meat in every bite. And oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Not too shabby. Not too great, but not too shabby. One thing to consider about the spoons is you can lose them, you can damage them on the very rare off chance that one of the packages doesn't have a spoon in it. It's nice to have a secondary. So I wouldn't say collect every single spoon that you have, but like if you're out for a couple days and what you've basically brought is these MREs, these spoons are pretty sturdy and they're really nice to have when you are looking for something to eat your food with, so you're not eating it with your fingers or cutting a piece of bottle and eating it that way, which is all stuff that I've done. Fairly lightweight. If you've got one extra, that's usually fair. That's usually an easy number to carry with you on its extra weight. But yeah, just a consideration. Try to save like an extra spoon if you're going to be out for multiple days, just in case you break one or something crazy happens. Yeah, I'm not saying to collect spoons, but sometimes one is a little bit easier to have extra in case something happens. All right, next we'll go into our lemon lime flavored no fruit juice. So I just like to get all of the drink powder away from that zipper. Rip the top just like that. There are little rip tabs. And then there's a zipper up here. That way you can close the package. And then this right here will be your fill line, this very pronounced line right here. So we'll open up our water and see how much it takes to fill that. In the instructions here, it does say about half a canteen cup. So we'll see with the can of provisions bottle just how much that is. There we go. Close it up, and I like to fold it over once just so that way I minimize spilling stuff everywhere. Just kind of shake up the drink. Mix all the crystallite style material together with the water. And you open up that Ziploc again and have a drink. This kind of looks like, if you guys know what diesel looks like, this is kind of what it looks like in there. Not sure how easily you can see the color in there, but I mean, it's kind of consistent with the color of diesel or some sort of fuel. So, doesn't look great, but it smells pretty good. All right, let's give it a shot. Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like I think I put a little bit too much water in there, just a little bit over the fill line, but yeah, it just tastes like a watered down lemon lime drink. If all you've been drinking is water for the last 48 hours, this is super nice, kind of a little morale builder. So don't ever sleep on these. These are usually pretty good. I usually drink these right away. I got to the bottom there and it looks like there was a few more. There's quite a bit of sludge down there, so that's probably why I wasn't getting that full flavor. I didn't let it sit for long enough because I'm an impatient person, but it still wasn't bad. So altogether, water-wise, we have used 10 fluid ounces. So we're down to 22 fluid ounces out of the original 32 that we started with. So we still have a lot more for whatever we're doing, hiking or whatever it is. After we've eaten our meal, we still have water left over. So expect, and it's gonna fluctuate sometimes depending on what meal you have. This one didn't come with coffee. There's instant coffee that usually comes with these. That will use more water if you want to use that instant coffee. But what we have right here and what we've used, we're at 10 fluid ounces used for this meal. All right, we have the expired Reese's Pieces. Now it is the end of November 2025 and the expiration on this is February 2024. I'll open it up, give it a shot, see how it tastes. Probably won't eat the whole thing because I'm not a sugar person anyways, but I'm also not dying to eat expired candy. But there shouldn't be any problems here. Tastes like Reese's Pieces. Can't tell that they're expired, but they are over a year expired. But yeah. All right, now we have our marbled pound cake. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Trying to save some of the calorie readouts here so we can talk about that at the end of the video. Do not eat the antioxidant packet. And that is our marbled pound cake. It is a glossy hockey puck. We'll see how it tastes. It's not bad. It's still got moisture in it, so it's not like hard to eat. It's not the best thing I've ever had in my life, but it'll do. Especially again, if you're out there hiking, camping, whatever it is for an extended period of time and you don't have a lot of sweets with you, This is nice, kind of covers that craving of a sweet. Would be good for like a little breakfast pick me up at the beginning of the day. Yeah, not bad, but it is packaged long shelf life food, so keep that in consideration. Lastly, we have the random items. Now again, usually there's like coffee and creamer in this. This one didn't have it, don't know why. There's some gum. There's no nutrition facts on the gum. Some iodized salt if you want to add that. There is a lot of salt in there already, so if you want to add that, it's up to you. We've got some matches designed especially for damp climates, but they will not light when wet or after long exposure. So kind of an inclement weather style. Moist towelette, and then some tissue here. So this could be a good napkin or butt wipe. This is pretty nice to use in a backpack for butt wipe in case of emergencies because it is very small and easy to put in a backpack. So what did I just eat and what did I just put into my body? There are nutrition facts on everything, and I kind of did the calculations for the entirety of that product and added the totals together so that way we had some general understanding of what specifically that meal will give you, and then generally what most of the MREs will provide for you. Starting off, again, we didn't have coffee, so we didn't use as much water as I have in others. However, we did only use 10 fluid ounces during the entirety of that meal. Moving on from there, we have our calories. Total count is 1,370 calories. We have fat broken down into 3 sections. So total fats, we have 57 grams. Total trans fats, we have 0.5 grams. And then total saturated fats, we have 21.5 grams. For cholesterol, we have 90 milligrams. Sodium, 735 milligrams. Carbohydrates, 179 grams, fiber, 8 grams, sugar, 69 grams, and protein at 36 grams. So these meals will do what they're designed to do, which is sustain you in the field with whatever you're doing, whether that's military, who it's specifically designed for, outdoors enthusiasts, preppers, whatever it is, campers, hikers. There is a time and a place for these meals. It isn't all the time though, because this can be pretty detrimental on your body if you're consuming this all day, every day. You're gonna want a normal diet, and normal varies from person to person. No matter what school has told you, the food pyramid's not necessarily accurate. If you have questions about what you personally need, talk to a nutritionist, because you can get 1,000 different answers from 1,000 different people, and your body is going to be specific on what it needs, and it's gonna vary between person to person. These meals aren't the best tasting, but they will get you to a point where you can work through the day and have these calories. They're designed to have some protein. They're designed to have a higher calorie count, because if you're out working all day doing whatever it is that you need to do, you're going to be burning calories. So this meal kind of helps supplement that. There is a lot of sodium in these meals, so make sure that if you are eating them, that you're using a lot of water, you're drinking a lot of water throughout the day. Other than that, you might experience some stomach aches or some uncomfort, especially if you're used to eating normal whole foods. So this is very processed and designed to last over a long period of time. So if you don't normally eat this, you will likely have kind of your body question what you're putting inside of it. There is a lot of people who say that they either get constipated or they get the craps whenever they eat this type of food. Again, everybody's different. And then what you normalize for your body's intake is also going to depend on how your body will react. So if you do want to use these in the future, especially if it's something like, hey, I'm out in the woods for 3 days and I'm just going to bring these, maybe you should look at how your body reacts and maybe eat 1 or 2 of them in a normal setting when you're at your house, when you actually have a porcelain toilet, instead of squatting over a couple sticks and hoping you don't crap yourself and get it all over your pants. So understand that these differences in diet, you need to acclimate yourself to, or you need to figure out what your body's going to do so you can prepare for that and be successful in the future if you're going to use something like this. Hopefully this video provides you guys with some sort of understanding of what to expect when you're getting an MRE, and then also some considerations for if you intend to use them. They may not be the best meal for your application, but hopefully this provides you with enough information for you to make that determination yourself. If there's anything specific you guys would like us to go over, even more specifically regarding MREs, we're happy to do that. Just let us know, reach out with a comment or a personal message on our social media pages, and we will hopefully implement that into future videos. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe and don't forget to go outdoors.